Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to cover the current affairs for mobile optimized ebooks. Please install GKToday Academy app. Now we have started a new series for UPSC, CSE. So if you are preparing for that exam, please watch that series. So now let's start. Which state has recently launched an initiative to establish hotels to provide meals at subsidized price called Kudumbashree hotels? So this is an initiative of Kerala government for poverty eradication and women empowerment. This Kudumbashree initiative is for poverty eradication and women empowerment, and recently under this initiative Kerala government decided to provide food at subsidized rates. So the price is rupee 25. Now if we talk about Kerala, recently Kerala was also in news as the Kochi in Kerala was the host of 22nd India International Seafood Show, and this seafood show held after 12 years. That means Kochi hosted this show after 12 years, and this was inaugurated by the Governor of Kerala, Mr. Arif Muhammad Khan. Kerala was also in news as it topped School Education Quality Index, and as per this index, Uttar Pradesh is the worst performer. Kerala was also in news as recently state government appointed a commission headed by Justice Hema to investigate the problems faced by the women in Malayalam film industry. Malayalam is official language of the state and it is one of the classical languages. Which metro rail service in India has become the second largest operational metro rail network in our country? So recently the Chief Minister of Telangana flagged off Hyderabad Metro between Hyderabad and Sikandrabad, and with this Hyderabad Metro has become the second largest operational metro network in our country after Delhi Metro. Now it should be noted that this Hyderabad Metro is the biggest metro project in the world in PPP, that is in public-private partnership mode, and it is constructed by L&T, that is Larsen and Toubro. Now recently L&T was in news as L&T and MBDA Systems decided to set up missile integration facility in the state of Tamil Nadu in Coimbatore. MBDA is a European defense company. What is the profession of Anoop Mishra, who has been in news recently? So Mr. Anoop Mishra is associated to Indian Army and presently he is Army Major, and he is from College of Military Engineering, and he was known for developing a bulletproof jacket against sniper bullets. Now recently he was in news as he has now developed a helmet which can stop AK-47 bullets. Now this is world's first such helmet which can protect against AK-47 bullets. So that is why Mr. Anoop Mishra was in news. Apart from that, recently Parth was also in news. Parth is a gunshot locator. It is world's cheapest gunshot locator and it is India's first gunshot locator, and it can locate the bullet from a distance of 400 meters. Which state recently launched Mukhyamantri Parivar Samridhi Yojana, which provides an annual assistance of rupee 6,000 to the needy family? So this is an initiative by the state government of Haryana, and under this scheme the financial assistance of rupee 6,000 is to be provided to the families where annual income is less than rupee 1.8 lakh and who own land below 5 acres. Now if we talk about Haryana, recently Haryana was also in news because of Surajkund Mela, and this year Himachal Pradesh was the partner for this Surajkund Mela. That means Himachal Pradesh was the theme state for this festival. Himachal Pradesh was also in news as recently it decided to sell water of Yamuna. Himachal Pradesh was also in news as recently it made world record by preparing the largest quantity of khichdi on the occasion of Makar Sankranti. Arun-III is a hydropower project of which country that is to be built with assistance from India? So recently India and Nepal signed the financial closure of Arun-III, and it is the largest hydropower project of Nepal. And this is a 900 megawatt power project which is under construction in Nepal, and it is to be built with the financial assistance from India, and it is being built by SJVN, that is Satluj Jal Vidyut Nigam Arun-III Power Development Company, that is SAPDC. So it is a joint venture of Government of India and Government of Himachal Pradesh. Now if we talk about Nepal, the currency of Nepal is Nepali rupee. The Prime Minister of Nepal is Mr. KP Sharma Oli. The President of Nepal is Ms. Vidya Devi Bhandari, and capital of Nepal is Kathmandu. Nepal was also in news because of Sagarmatha dialogue. The Pollution Control Board of which state recently received the National Award for E-Governance? So recently the Pollution Control Board of Andhra Pradesh got this award for its RTPMS project. Now what is this RTPMS? It is real-time pollution monitoring system. So this award was given to state of Andhra Pradesh, and this e-governance conference held in Mumbai. Mumbai is the financial capital of India. Now under this RTPMS project, an alert is sent to the concerned official if an industrial unit exceeds the desired pollution levels. So this award was given to the State Pollution Control Board. Now at state level we have State Pollution Control Board, while at central level we have CPCB, that is Central Pollution Control Board. And recently CPCB was in news as CPCB in collaboration with BMC, that is Bhopal Municipal Corporation, set up the first e-waste clinic of India, and this e-waste clinic is in Bhopal in Madhya Pradesh. Now coming back to the CPCB, it is a statutory body under Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, and it was established in 1974 under Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act. Which country has reportedly auctioned license to hunt elephants to tackle human-animal conflict? So recently this decision was taken by the South African country Botswana, and this country has the largest population of elephants in the world, and recently it auctioned licenses to hunt elephants to tackle human-animal conflict. Now it should be noted that the government of Botswana recently lifted the ban on hunting of elephants. Now if we talk about elephant, India's first elephant hospital was started in Mathura. Mathura is in Uttar Pradesh, and India's first transgender university will also be in Uttar Pradesh in Kushinagar. Apart from that, recently Madhya Pradesh got its first elephant colony in Bandhavgarh Forest Reserve. Madhya Pradesh was also in news as recently it appointed actor Govinda to promote tourism in the state. It should be noted that elephant is a Schedule 1 species under the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. The book A Child of Destiny, which was recently released by the Vice President of India, is an autobiography of which Indian educationist? So it is autobiography of Indian philosopher and educationist Professor K. Ramakrishna Rao, and it was released by Vice President Mr. M. Venkaiah Naidu in Vishakhapatnam. Which city's police recently launched an initiative called Operation Nakait, actually it is Nakait, to verify the identity of auto drivers. So to prevent the crimes in auto rickshaws, the city police of Ghaziabad started this Operation Nakait to verify the identity of auto drivers of the city. Under this initiative, a unique 4-digit number will be allotted to every auto rickshaw of the city, and the owner of the vehicle has to paint his name, number and mobile number on the auto so that these auto rickshaws can be easily identified. So this was the initiative of Ghaziabad police. Now if we talk about police, recently All India Police Science Congress held in Uttar Pradesh in Lucknow. Lucknow was also in news as recent as recent Defense Expo also held in Lucknow. Apart from that, recently Uttar Pradesh government decided to have commissionerate system of policing for Lucknow and Noida. So these two cities now have commissionerate system. Now recently Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy inaugurated first Disha police station, and this police station was opened at Raja Mahendravaram in Andhra Pradesh. Municipal Performance Index, that is MPI, is an index recently launched by which organization or ministry? So this is an initiative by Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, and this ministry has launched two assessment frameworks. One is Ease of Living Index and second is this MPI. Now these two index are expected to assess the quality of life of citizens in 100 smart cities and 14 other cities with more than 1 million population. And this MPI assess the performance of municipalities based on 5 parameters. These parameters are service, finance, planning, technology and governance. So this was the initiative of Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Present minister is Mr. Hardeep Singh Puri. He also holds the portfolio of Ministry of Civil Aviation, and Ministry of Civil Aviation is implementing UDAN scheme. UDAN stands for Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik. P.K. Goldberg, who recently submitted her resignation, was associated with which global organization? So she was associated with the World Bank and she was the chief economist of World Bank. She was in news recently as she announced her resignation. The president of World Bank is Mr. David Malpass, and recently he announced that the research director Arun-III would take over as the interim chief economist of World Bank. Interim means for the time being until a permanent chief economist is appointed. So P.K. Goldberg was the chief economist of World Bank, while the chief economist of IMF is Geeta Gopinath and MD of IMF is Kristalina Georgieva. Kamya Karthikeyan of Mumbai recently became the youngest girl in the world to summit Mount Aconcagua. Now this Mount Aconcagua is the highest peak of South America. Now the question is, it is located in which country? So it is located in Argentina, and recently this Mount Aconcagua was in news because of Kamya Karthikeyan. It is highest peak outside Asia with the height of 6962 meters, and it is in Argentina. Now Argentina is a South American country. The capital of Argentina is Buenos Aires, and recently Mr. Alberto Fernandez became the president of Argentina. Answer in comment box which is the highest mountain peak of Europe. Giriraj Kishore, who recently passed away, was associated with which field? He was associated with literature and he passed away recently. He was well-known writer and academician. Which city was the host of African Union Summit? So the 33rd African Union Summit recently held in Addis Ababa, and it is the capital of Ethiopia. And the theme of this summit was silencing the guns and creating conducive environment for Africa's development. So the theme was silencing the guns and creating conducive environment for Africa's development. Now it should be noted that South African President Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa took over as the African Union chair from President of Egypt, and the President of Egypt is Mr. Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. Now if we talk about Ethiopia, the Prime Minister of Ethiopia was in news recently as he was awarded Nobel Prize of 2019, and the Prime Minister of Ethiopia is Mr. Abiy Ahmed Ali. Ethiopia is a part of Horn of Africa. Answer in comment box recently which African country announced emergency because of locust invasion. Which country won the first Under-19 World Cup title in this year's ICC World Cup cricket tournament? So recently Bangladesh won it by defeating India, and this Under 19 World Cup tournament held in South Africa. Indian team was led by Mr. Priyam Garg. Now, if we talk about Bangladesh, recently Bangladesh was in news as it was on 50th position as per Gender Gap report of World Economic Forum, and Bangladesh is on top as per this index in South Asia. India's ranking is 112. Apart from that, Bangladesh was also in news as recently it became the first country in South Asia to introduce e-passport. The capital of Bangladesh is Dhaka, currency is Taka, Prime Minister is Ms. Sheikh Hasina, and her party is Awami League. Aditya Mehta, who was seen in news recently, is associated with sports. So he is associated to snooker, and he was in news recently as he won the National Snooker Championship, and this championship held in Pune, and he defeated Mr. Pankaj Advani to win this title. Mr. Pankaj Advani was in news recently as he won the National Billiards Championship. The National Deworming Day was recently observed on which date? So it was observed on 10th of February, and all the children and adolescent girls and boys in all states and union territories who are in the age group of 1 to 19 are to be given a single dose of a medicine called albendazole. Which film recently won the Oscar for Best Picture, which is also the first non-English film to win this award? Right answer is Parasite. So the South Korean film Parasite created history at Oscars 2020, and it became the first film which is not in English to win the Oscars award. This film has won 4 Oscars, one for Best Picture, one for Best Director, for Best Screenplay, and for Best International Feature. Now this is the first film to have won both International Feature and Best Picture at the Oscars. If we talk about few other winners, so the Best Picture was Parasite, and leading actress was Renee Zellweger for her film Judy, and Joaquin Phoenix won the award of Best Actor for film Joker, while Best Director award was given to Bong Joon-ho for Parasite. So these were the most important questions of today's quiz. Thank you, and that's all for the day.